Hello and welcome everyone to Selective Preparation Power Thinking Skills Test 7. Today we are looking at 9 questions that we have selected from your test paper for thinking skills this week. Let's have a look now. First question, assessing the impact of additional evidence. So what is the main argument in this question? We know that it's about patterns, right, and how they exist in order to remunerate, which means to give money to those people that have taken the time to develop some new ideas. So this means some people are able to develop expertise, blah, blah, blah. Therefore, patterns are very useful to society. They don't have to worry about their ideas being stolen, and they can actually get money from the patent itself. So which one of these, if true, most strengthens the above conclusion? The main opinion or conclusion is that patents are very useful to society. Okay, why would it be useful? Let's have a strengthening argument that agrees with it. Option D, patents have incentivized, okay, which means encouraged, the invention of many essential objects that we use today, from the light bulb to the telephone. So it gives a reason to why patents are very useful for society. It promoted or incentivized the invention of many useful things. So there's a lot of links to our main argument, so that's why it's the best answer here. Number 2, we want to identify an assumption. In our paragraph here, we are talking about solving the issue of different currencies. So they're suggesting we look at the European Union, where one unified currency has been adopted. Given that this is possible in one region, this concept should be extended throughout the world so that global trade and travel become easier for everybody. At first sight, this looks like a great thing, okay, and they're very convincing in saying that it will help, okay, surely it will, but why hasn't it been done in the past? Well, the assumption is that just because it's possible for this one specific context or this one specific region, it will work globally in a much larger scale, when that is not the case. So C is the answer. The adoption of a unified currency is just as easy for one region as it is for the whole world. Okay, that is what this paragraph is assuming. We can just apply it like we did in Europe, when it might not be the case. Number 3 is a problem-solving question. We have some cookies and some brownies. We have 289 more brownies than cookies right now. And then she shared 677 of her brownies and her classmates, with her classmates, and she ate a quarter of the cookies with her family. After this, there was an equal number of brownies and cookies. So what does that mean? Well, we can say that 6/7 was shared, and then she also ate 1/4. Okay, so whatever was left over was equal, right? So that means that 1/7 of the brownies must be the same as 3/4 of the cookies. Okay, so now if we make the denominator the same for both of them, let's make it 28. Right, we times this by 4, times this by 7. 4/8 brownies is the exact same as 21/28 cookies. We can take one part as 1/28. Okay, you can use that now and say 4 parts brownies is the same as 21 parts cookies. Okay, so now we have our parts there. That means the difference between the parts, 21 minus 4, must equal the difference in brownies versus cookies. Okay, we write C for cookies. Okay, which we know is 289. They've told us here. So let's move to the top here. 21 minus 4 is 17. 17 parts must equal 289. We know 289 is actually 17 square. That means one part is actually worth 17. You can just divide into it to confirm that, okay? How many brownies does she have left? Well, she had 1/7 left. Remember, 1/7 was equivalent to 3 units. So we're going to do 3 parts. 17 times 3 gives us 51. So that's why the answer here is A. Number 4, using tables. So Vincent, he hires the quad bike for 4 hours initially. We know that 1 hour is 115, 2 hours is a little discount, it's 215. Every additional hour over 2 hours is 96. So that means that for the 4 hours initially, we have 215, right? Plus 90, sorry, let's just check. 96, 96, 115. Yeah, plus 96 times 2. Okay, you just add it up like I did. So the answers here, I should say 96 instead of 97. All right, 6, 6, 12 plus 5 is 7. So carry 1. 1 plus 9 is 1. 1 plus 9 carry 9, you get 0. 1, 1, 1, 1, you get 407 here. Okay, 407. Okay, $407 for the first 4 hours. And remember, we were over by 3 hours. So you have 124 times by 3 next. 3 4s 12, carry the 1, 6, 7, 3, 372. Now we just add these two up and we get 407 plus 372, 977. 779. We only have 648.5. So last step here, we do 779.00 minus 648.50. Carry, get 8, 10, 5. Drop the decimal. 8 minus 8 is 0. 7 minus 4 is 3. 7 minus 6 is 1. $130.50. Or option A. Number 5, identifying the main conclusion. Let's use our highlighter. We're talking about the Mozart effect, which is the idea that if children listen to music composed by Mozart, they'll become more intelligent. Okay, they tell us that they might help you harness the power of Mozart's music. But when it comes to scientific evidence that it can make you clever, the picture is more mixed. That means that it's unclear. Okay, that there is scientific evidence. There is essentially not a lot of proof that it can make you more clever. So that is the main conclusion. That's why A is the best answer. Okay, science evidence doesn't necessarily support. We're not saying it definitely doesn't. We're not saying it definitely does. We don't know. It doesn't necessarily support the belief that listening to Mozart increases your intelligence. So that is basically the whole point. We have multiple links here, here, and here. So A is the best all-rounder conclusion. Have a read of the solutions as to why B, C, D are not the best answers here. Okay, number 6. So we have a frisbee at 100k per hour, dog at 50k per hour. We're moving for 3 minutes. 100 kilometers per hour. We want to write that in minutes because we want to figure out 3 minutes, right? That's 60 minutes. And same as the dog, 50 kilometers per 60 minutes. Like I said, we want to figure out for both of them 3 minutes. How far would they travel in 3 minutes? Well, 60 to 3 divided by 20. Exact same on the other side. You get 5 kilometers in 3 minutes for the frisbee. This side divided by 20 will be half of that, so 2.5 kilometers in 3 minutes. How far behind the frisbee would the dog be? We'll do 5 minus 2.5, which is 2.5 kilometers, or option B. Right, number 7. This one was a matter of listing out the dates, okay? They're not a lot, but we know that swimming is only free on the odd days of the month. So I don't really want to list out all the odd days. I only know what is odd, what is even. So we're going to list out the other one, June. June is free from the 1st, and then every 5 days from there, okay? So plus 5, you get 6, and then we have 11, 16, 21, 26, and 31. Remember, swimming is only free to hang on the odd days. We can cancel out all the even ones. Okay, we have 4 left. We know both are not free on the 31st, so we can cancel 31st. And we want to find the latest date they can hang out. So then it's this one, 21st. Okay, which is A. Right, number 8, a class of 30 students were given a choice of 2 sports teams to join. Basically, we're working through ratios here. After the first week, some of the basketball members left to join the soccer team, and so on. So at the start of the term, the ratio was 7-3, right? 7-3. There are 30 students in total. I recommend you to set up a table like I've done here. 30 students in total. 7-3 means 10 parts. So each one part is worth 3, right? 30 divided by 10 is 3. So 7-3, 3 times 7 is 21. 21 on the basketball team, and the remaining 3 threes are 9. 9 on the soccer team. Notice how if you add them together, you get 30. After the first week, some moved. This makes the ratio of the basketball to soccer 1-4. This is 5 parts. Okay, so 1 part, 1 unit is 30 divided by 5, which is 6. Notice the order, basketball to soccer, 1-4. 1 for basketball, 4 for soccer. So that means 6 for basketball and 4 soccer, so 6 4s are 24. Again, it adds up to 30, doesn't it? Keep checking that it does. After a few more weeks, both sports teams received 30 more members. As a result, the ratio of the number of members on the basketball team to the number of members on the soccer team is now 2-3. How many members of the basketball team left to join the soccer team after the first week? So we can figure out this last bit, but we already have our answer, right? We want to figure out how many moved from basketball to soccer, so you minus 21 from 6. Okay, to see how many left, and that gives us 15, or option D. So I have the answers to the rest of them here if you want to check for yourself. But yes, that is all you needed to know, these two basically. Right, this last one, Sarah observed some things. We know that all yellow ducks are fluffier than brown ducks. The fluffiest brown ducks were not as fluffy as the most fluffy red ducks, but all red ducks are fluffier on the same amount of fluffy as brown ducks. Not all red ducks are fluffy. Okay, which one can be concluded? So A, all yellow ducks were fluffier than red ducks. So A is not correct because we can't assume that all yellow ducks are fluffier. We're only given the brown and red duck comparison and brown and yellow duck comparison. So we don't really know about yellow and red. B, yellow ducks have the widest range of fluffiness. No, we are not told this at all. We just know specific fluffiness according to each other, not about one group. See, most yellow ducks have fluffy feathers. We don't know about feathers, okay? And most is a very subjective term. You need to give me a clearer boundary or definition about what most means. And also, there is not a suggestion of most here. It's either all or none. D, some brown ducks were not fluffy. Now we can say this using the last two sentences. Not all red ducks are fluffy, and all red ducks are fluffier or the same amount of fluffy as brown ducks. Okay, so they basically are comparing it to red. They're either always below or on the same level. So if there's some red that are not fluffy, that means there must be some brown that are also not fluffy. So I really recommend you read those solutions for more information. Okay, key points for this test. I want to really talk about that ratio table text. Okay, question that we had. I think it was question 8. We had a couple of ratios in this one. Okay, try and draw a diagram illustrating the ratio at hand. Okay, use ratios. Convert to the same denominator if in a fraction, if needed, and pick or solve for each part. Okay. Another thing I want to touch on are table use. Okay. Sometimes if you are stuck, try and use a table to organize your information and make sense of it that way. Okay, so just some tips and tricks from this unit. Hope you guys enjoyed that test, solutions video, and I will see you next week.